There is a specific kind of silence that fills a room when you are the only human in it. You walk through the door, carrying the weight of the day, the noise of the commute, and the subtle, bruising friction of social interactions. You look toward the sofa or the windowsill, seeking a greeting, and there is your cat. Perhaps they are sleeping. Perhaps they look up, hold your gaze for a split second, and then look away, returning their attention to a drifting speck of dust or the gray sky outside the window. In that micro-moment, something happens in your chest. It is a small, sharp pang, a quiet tightening. Rationally, you know this is an animal with a brain the size of a walnut, operating on instinct. But emotionally, deep in the subterranean layers of your psyche, you feel rejected. You feel unseen. You interpret that turned back as a commentary on your worth. You think, even here, in my own sanctuary, I am not enough to command attention. This reaction says very little about the cat, but it says everything about the invisible wounds you are carrying. We tend to view our pets as simple companions, but in reality, they are psychological mirrors. They are blank slates upon which we project our deepest insecurities, our attachment styles, and our fragile sense of self. When you allow a cat's natural independence to dictate your mood, you are not just interacting with a pet. You are reenacting a cycle of validation seeking that likely began long before you ever owned a home or paid a bill. To understand why this silence hurts, we have to look at the architecture of human connection. From the moment we are born, we are trained to read cues. A smile means safety. A frown means danger. Silence often means trouble. We grow up performing for love, getting good grades to see a parent smile, dressing well to fit in with a peer group, working late to please a boss. We become addicted to the feedback loop of performance and reward. We learn that love is transactional. If I do this, I receive that. Then, you bring a cat into your life, and suddenly the transaction fails. You pour the expensive food, you buy the softest bed, you offer the gentlest voice, and they may still choose to sleep in the other room. For the anxious heart, for the person who grew up walking on eggshells, this is terrifying. It mimics the unavailable parent or the distant partner. It triggers the old, dusty belief that no matter how hard you try, you cannot force someone to love you. You begin to internalize their autonomy as your failure. You sit on the couch, watching them groom themselves, completely unbothered by your existence, and you feel a hollow sort of loneliness. This is the rejection trap. It is an erosion of confidence that happens in the quiet comfort of your living room. You start to believe that you are boring, or unlovable, or that you lack the magnetism to draw even a dependent creature toward you. But this perspective is a distortion. It is a filter created by trauma and social conditioning. The truth is far more healing. If you can learn to read the language properly, the cat is not a judge. The cat is an objective observer. Unlike your colleagues, your friends, or your family, the cat has no social agenda. They do not care about your salary, your body fat percentage, your followers, or your mistakes. They are incapable of lying to you to spare your feelings, and they are incapable of manipulating you for social gain. They are radically honest. When you understand this, the narrative flips. If a dog loves you, it might be because they are bred to love you. But if a cat chooses to be near you, it is because you have earned it. This is where the true building of confidence begins. Not in the loud applause, but in the quiet permission. Consider the predator. Your cat is, biologically, a hunter. They are hyper-aware of their environment. For a creature like that to close its eyes in your presence is the ultimate compliment. It is a surrender of survival instincts. When your cat falls asleep on your lap, or even just on the cushion next to you, they are saying, "I trust you with my life. I know you will not hurt me." We often miss this because we are looking for the loud signals of human validation. We want the verbal affirmation, we want the hug, but the cat offers something deeper, the slow blink. You know the look, heavy lids closing slowly, opening lazily. In the wild, closing one's eyes is dangerous. To do it while looking at another being is a sign of profound safety. It is a kiss without touching. When you start to collect these small, subtle tokens of trust, you can begin to rebuild your internal foundation. You stop looking for performative love and start appreciating authentic presence. This is the subtle validation. It is a dopamine hit that is slower, warmer, and more sustaining than a notification on your phone. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. The world outside is chaotic. The emails are piling up, demanding you to be smarter, faster, better. The anxiety starts to hum in your nervous system like a high-tension wire. But then you sit down with your coffee. Your cat walks in. They do not demand a performance. They simply headbutt your hand or curl up against your thigh. In that moment, you can borrow their nervous system. This is a physiological phenomenon known as co-regulation. A cat's purr vibrates at a frequency range of 20 to 140 hertz, a frequency that has been medically shown to lower blood pressure, reduce cortisol, and even promote the healing of bone and tissue. They are living, breathing biofeedback machines. If you lean into this, if you stop trying to make them like you and just allow yourself to exist alongside them, you enter a state of flow. You realize that you are worthy of companionship simply because you exist. You don't have to do anything. You are enough, just sitting there, breathing. This is the secret to the confidence feedback loop. When you stop desperately seeking the cat's approval, you usually get more of it. They are drawn to calm, steady energy. As you relax, they come closer. As they come closer, you feel more validated, which makes you more relaxed. You can then take this feeling, this cat confidence, and walk out the door with it. Think about the way a cat enters a room. They do not apologize for taking up space. They do not check to see if everyone is looking at them, nor do they care if no one is looking at them. They move with absolute intention. They are comfortable in their own skin. Most of us spend our days apologizing for our existence. We say sorry when someone bumps into us. We shrink in meetings. We fear silence in conversations. We are terrified of being too much or not enough. What if you adopted the PS, ecology of the feline? What if you decided that you have a right to be here, exactly as you are? When you master this mindset, the rejection of the outside world loses its sting. If a client says no, if a date doesn't call back, if a friend drifts away, you don't spiral into the "I am broken" narrative. You view it through the lens of the cat. That is simply not for me. I will go sit in the sunbeam instead. You learn that boundaries are not insults, they are just boundaries. The indifference that used to hurt you becomes your armor. You realize that the cat was never rejecting you. They were simply maintaining their own peace. And you learn that you are allowed to maintain yours. You are allowed to withdraw when you are overwhelmed. You are allowed to be silent without it meaning you are angry. You are allowed to be selective about who has access to your energy. This is the lesson waiting for you on the sofa. It is a lesson in self-definition. There is a profound strength in learning to be alone together, to sit in a room with another living being, with no words spoken, no demands made, and feel completely whole. It rewrites the script of your childhood that said you had to perform to be kept. It tells the wounded child inside you, see, you are safe, you are warm, you are not alone. So, the next time your cat walks away from you, do not chase them. Do not let your heart sink. Meaningful connection isn't always about constant attention. Let them go. And then, settle into your own skin. Feel the chair beneath you, respecting your own solitude, and watch what happens. Usually, when you finally stop grasping, when you finally find your own center of gravity, you will feel a soft weight land on the bed beside you. A quiet, rhythmic vibration will start to fill the air. And in that moment, you will know with absolute certainty that you don't need to be anyone else to be worthy of love. You just need to be. This is the training ground. Your home is not just a living space, it is a dojo for emotional resilience. Every interaction with your cat is a rep. Every time you choose not to take their distance personally, you are strengthening a muscle that will help you handle the rejection of the world. Every time you accept their subtle affection as a major victory, You are filling a reservoir of self-worth that no boss or partner can drain. You are building an internal sanctuary that is impervious to the noise outside. You are learning that confidence isn't about everyone looking at you, it's about not crumbling when they look away. It is a quiet, purring, steady assurance that you are okay, and that is a power that once learned can never be taken away.